Hello, y'all. It's 12:32 a.m. on Wednesday, July 19th, 2023. It's 12:32 a.m. Well, so I don't know. I'm still kind of nervous and scared with anxiety and upset and can't rest because of the Social Security situation. And so now, um, I'm sitting here like scared of what possibly could happen sometime down the line, or even what might happen next month. So I'm just about almost back to being broke again after I spent what I spent. That's some of the stuff that I got. But you know toilet paper, um paper towels, bladder pads, Ziploc bags, and quite a few other things. So I ended up spending over $130 at Family Dollar, Dollar Tree. But the stuff was kind of heavy, but I got almost everything that I needed, but not quite. I mean, well, one item, I was trying to get some more safety pins. They had some, but they were too small from what I needed. But I thought they had safety pins that was the size that I needed the last time I went there. I should have got them then. So, and I got one. It's not an outfit, but I made it an outfit, like, a t-shirt and some biker shorts. So I guess that'll be the first pair of shorts that I'll be wearing this summer. So now I have under $17 left in the bank. So with the food, I mean, today is the 19th. The food stamps is supposed to kick in today, but I might wait at least another week or more, maybe. At least another week when the mini fridge and freezer, when the items in there get low or get gone. So, I bought like 3 food items. I think it was 3. Or was it 2? Because I know I bought me some cheap it was $2 pancake mix. You know what? I think I bought 2 food items. Pancake mix and more Magnum bars, gang stalkers. Yeah. So, hold up. Oh. Wait. Oh. I'm sorry, y'all. So, yeah, so I just got I thought I got a third food item, but I guess not. I guess I just got 2. So I think, yeah, it was cheap $2 box of pancake mix. What's it? Pancake and waffle mix, and just add water. But I just wanted to um experiment with trying to see what would happen if I just bake bake them in the oven like a loaf, like a pancake loaf in the oven, and then if I just make them like a pancake loaf in the oven, and then put butter and the honey that I have, put butter and honey on it. But that the boniato potato empanadas and the loaf, the breadless loaf, um, that boniato sweet potato loaf, pan loaf that I did the other day. Excuse me, I have 1 day left of that, and then yeah, that stuff was very filling and had me full for hours, like for a long time. I almost couldn't even eat dinner. So I ate only twice today. Well, no, yesterday, because now it's a new day. It's the 19th. It's not the 18th anymore. So I didn't eat in the middle of the night, but I think I drunk some water, and then I think it was after 1 or after 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I think was sometime between maybe 2 and 3 o'clock. I don't remember exactly what time it was that I ate, and I had the homemade, well, semi-homemade, because the crust was already pre-made, but if I would not have used, like, when the sweet potato bagnato loaf without the pie crust shell, that by itself, what I made, the loaf by itself, is natural and healthy and very filling. It filled me up and held me over for like, a long time. So I took the last of the raw Brussels sprouts and parsnips, and I had put them in a crock pot, because, well, maybe I could have put them in a toaster oven and baked them, or I probably could have cooked them in the microwave, but I put them in a crock pot and on high for like 4 hours, because parsnips are harder than carrots, and they're harder and tougher than carrots. So I was able to so I try to make myself busy and productive. I didn't do any writing, but I try to make myself busy and productive with cooking the rest of the vegetables before they went bad, and then I put them in Ziploc bags and put them in the freezer. I think I had them on high for 4 hours or something like that. But they probably didn't need to cook as long as that. Maybe, I don't know, but it was enough for two more days or 2 more meals left. And so I washed a lot of dishes, not a whole lot, but I washed some dishes yesterday, the 18th. I washed a nice bit of dishes, and I also took out the trash at least about 3 or 4 times. I took out the trash multiple times. So for dinner, I had the leftover black-eyed peas and rice and mixed vegetables, and also 3 miniature Magnum bars, because of me feeling depressed and had a rough morning. or felt one comment made me feel bad all day long. And then also the well, I had some trout fish, the fish called trout, rainbow trout, and I put the yum yum sauce on the rainbow trout, and it tasted a nice, not a 100% better, but it tasted better than when I put it on the canned skipjack tuna. That tasted better than when I used the canned skipjack tuna. So I'm gonna end up, living off of, for the next few days, alternating between fish and the leftover um the leftover like I have 2 days worth more of leftover black eyed peas, and so I got some 2 days more of rainbow trout, and 2 days more of the mixed ground, the exotic mixed ground meat. And so, and then, some mixed vegetables. And I got 2 days worth of pomegranates left, and I have some more radishes. So I'm out of milk and eggs and bread. But, and then I guess I have like four more days worth of rice to eat. 4 or 5 days more worth of rice to eat. So, as I say, I'm just doing like an open diary, open journal documentation of how I'm surviving, dealing with this targeting, because usually if I had a private journal, with the private journal, I would document, and sometimes I would just take the journal and be writing pages and pages for hours, just writing all day long. But the last time I journaled like privately was like sometime in 2019. And I'm like, wow, that was the first time I'm sitting here writing down the gang stalking. It could have been March or April 2019, writing down about the gang stalking and everything. I was still homeless in my hometown, New Orleans, before I went to Pensacola. So I've been doing videos, and so I didn't journal or write, but last year when my phone got lost and ruined, and I didn't have a phone, I documented and wrote down stuff. I wrote down and documented my targeting, like handwritten journal. I think I went into my storage unit and showed y'all some stuff that I wrote. But due to the 2 strokes that I had when I was 5 years old, well, I'm thinking that the strokes is the reason why my handwriting looks elementary, or looks what people might think illegible. But I've been used to it for so many years. But dealing with a narcissistic abuser trying to forcefully order me to go back and write it neater, and then say that the strokes that I had is no excuse. Like, fuck y'all. You don't have no power or authority over me. So, yeah. I also had to get more dishwashing liquid and a few other things, trash bags, a few other things, I don't remember everything else. But some more rubbing alcohol too. But me living here and there being less bugs, and I mean less amount of bugs and I still get them every once in a while, but I haven't even kept track, but I've been needing to use the alcohol a whole lot less often since I'm here. And but today, since I went out, yesterday, a few hours ago, since I went out and about, I had to, spray myself down and everything. So I had to use kind of, not a whole lot, enough to where I can't breathe and I feel like I'm about to die. But yeah, I had to use like some of it. Oh, and I also had to buy some more bladder pads and stuff like that. I was running low on bladder pads. So it's like I was low on almost everything. And I was low on almost everything. And then, felt the need to restock on everything. So as I said, now at this very second, I have under $17 in the bank, but I think I might have $40. Is it $40? I think I might have $40 in cash and then $10 going towards laundry. So I ordered, I had a difficult, I wanted to try to, I wish that they had those grocery cart buggies that were already totally assembled. But they lie and say that no assembly required, and then they say only a little assembly is needed. So I was looking for something where the buggy would be totally already fully assembled, and they're very high priced on Amazon, because I used to be able to get those for like I think $20 downtown Los Angeles, and I used to sometimes get 2 and 3 buggies, and those buggies, they were very handy, and like in my storage unit in Pensacola, I have a big buggy and a small one. But when I was living in Jefferson, Shrewsbury, I went to the hardware store, and I'm glad that they loved me enough to assemble it for me. But here, this is such a small community town. I I don't I don't know anybody who would love me enough to be nice and help me out, even if I offered to pay them, to assemble the thing. So instead, I just bought me a rolling. I ordered a rolling laundry basket. I ordered. It doesn't fold up or anything like that, but a rolling laundry basket for when I do laundry and possibly grocery shopping. I don't know if they would start tripping if I brought it into the stores, but so if I can get the laundry cart, the laundry the rolling laundry basket, then if I can get that, then it would be easier for me to transport my laundry to the laundromat. It's like 3 or 4 blocks away, but carrying heavy clothes and stuff, it's a headache. And then like the bedding and my sheets and pillow and all that is dirty, so I definitely need to get it washed. And then the mop that I have, I need to wash that again too. And going through the hell that I've been through and like suffering, I've been trying to keep everything else clean, like wash the dishes all the time, or try to clean the microwave, or clean. Like about a week ago, I cleaned out the toilet, like did a thorough clean of the toilet, And it seemed like every 2 weeks or every month I might mop the floor, but like I don't know. I don't remember when the last time I mopped the floor, but I'm always spraying and sanitizing though. But to actually thorough mop the whole floor, I need to do that. And seeing stuff that I need to dust, like wait, where? Let me see. Yeah, that right there. I need to dust and clean, and even here, against here, I need to dust and clean. But me being overwhelmed because of depression, because due to, I mean, it's like I went through hell and was feeling a certain way, and had heavy harassment, both online and in person, when I first got here, and then like the month of April, I was nervous and scared and couldn't rest or relax because the online gang stalkers kept on threatening to make me back homeless again. They should go to prison if they succeed at doing something like that, but they'll fraudulently and illegally get away with it. And so then May and June, I couldn't rest or relax because I would have that pain in my right side, and also the bad vertigo, nausea, and stomach spasms. It made me so traumatized. I'm still traumatized behind that. And then the sleep deprivation, vibrating. Like I can feel my left foot vibrating right now, but not the right foot. And so like after the dealing with the bad paramedic situation and the vertigo and nausea and sleep deprivation, and then here come the Social Security thing. Like once I start to feel better from that, so it seems like I'm being attacked from like every level, every angle, and and also after I start, before the Social Security thing, but after the vertigo and nausea, yeah, the gang stalking network, they got multiple videos wrongfully taken down, attacking my channels, YouTube and TikTok. And so then so the latest thing is I'm hungover, or I don't know if saying in suspense being the right phrase. You hear that? That loud ass truck or whatever. So I guess being in suspense, is that the right phrase? Or not knowing what's gonna happen. Keeping me worried about the Social Security thing. But the website says that I will get the Social Security and I think the SSI next month. But it seemed like they got some of my information wrong. I did not work, and I did not tell them that I worked because I did not work. I didn't tell them anything about working August 2022. That was August 2021. June through August of 2021 that I worked. I worked in September 2021 through December. And so then they wanted to say that they need for me to send in copies of work stubs from HireQuest when I sent that in. From 2021 and all that, I sent that in already. So too fucking bad if y'all act like y'all can't find it, or y'all just want to give me a hard time and stress me out more on purpose. But yeah, I think that Kister lady, they sent her in. They sabotaged the first Social Security phone call so that they can send her in and do the whatever potential damage to do. And as I said, the gang stalking network is trying to make that blog post go viral in a bad way to make me look a certain way. But, my supporters, they don't even be really reading my blog posts. But the gang stalkers, they read each and everything. My supporters, if they have a busy life, if I might end up getting 105 views, 0 thumbs up, and then 21 thumbs down on a video. Nothing but gang stalkers. And if you give me a thumbs down on my video, especially on all my videos, you're definitely a gang stalker. Or you're an abusive, narcissistic gang stalker if you want to pretend to fake give thumbs up because the topic of what I'm talking about is something positive or good. And other targeted individuals don't get treated like that. So they have very few targeted individuals who watch my videos and comment and support. It's not that many of them. But I appreciate and welcome people who aren't TIs, but here to support, or if they like my videos on my channel too. Some people make it like as if, they make it like as if they only want to connect with other TIs, and that if you're a non-TI, you're automatically a perp. But some people say that there's a such thing as people being neither a TI nor a perp. So, but then sometimes like a professed target can turn against you and start perping you or acting like a perp, just like somebody that's not a target who starts supporting you and then later on flip and switch and then start acting bizarre. But then y'all think y'all got the authority to judge me as a bad human being, or a badly behaved human being, or somebody with bad behavior. But yeah, I noticed that y'all fake asses want to pretend to fake give thumbs up if the topic is positive, but thumbs down if it's something that you perceive as negative. But you keep watching my videos though. You do that for control, narcissistic, fake, retarded control. So, the gang stalking network think they got the authority to control my blog views and everything else. Try to prevent me from writing. Think they got the authority to prevent me from writing. Or think they got the authority to just personally rob you of whatever God-given rights you have. They delusionally believe that they are above God. So, if it weren't for me feeling depressed or sad, I would not have had the Magnum bars a few hours ago. And so I also had some Tang. I'm almost out of that particular, one more day and then I'm almost out of that particular canister of Tang. Excuse me. And then after that, I have, I had one glass of Tang and one glass of some of my amazing grass supplement. But with the Tang and the Magnum bars. Because the 3 miniature ones is one serving. And I can't believe the gang stalkers went out of their way to go to the store and go and try to count calories and calculate. I'm like, y'all so damn ridiculous. Really? That y'all actually go out of y'all way and do something like that. So, I mean, I was afraid, wondering, did I have too much sugar for the night? But, you know, I'm not weak at the moment, and I'm not shaking. I'm not shaky. But maybe the amazing grass helped balance things out. So, I want to be able to feel better and be more relaxed and have some closure about the Social Security situation. It was 11 something at night. Before I started filming and recording, they had a perp falsely call herself the African princess or something like that. But what looked like, I think it was a 3-year-old YouTube account. And that person never commented on my channel before. And so she made a perp comment. And that's how I know my twin sister's definitely part of the gang stalking. Because fake TI perps and regular perps repeat her slander and throw it in my face and weaponize it against me. Even fake TI perps who cry to me and say that they've been falsely accused of being a pedophile and touching kids, then they throw that in my face and call me a chomo. Well, call yourself a chomo, because if you're a real TI, you've been falsely accused of the same thing. But you said that you've been falsely accused of the same thing. But then they get mad and yell at me and say, "Did you touch Raven?" When they're pretending to be a friend and they're pretending that they're still targeted before they betray me. And we're talking about it, and they say that they were falsely accused. You a man asking me, "Did you touch Raven?" And I'm a female. But then you say that you have been falsely accused of touching your nieces and nephews, or teaching dance, or say that you were teaching dance school, and that they try to frame you for being a pedo. And they said that that's one of the most famous and favorite thing to lie and say that a targeted individual is a pedophile. Because the gang stalkers are the true pedophiles, and they're using projection. They have a nice bit of people who are saying that, "Candy, are you sure that it wasn't your twin sister who touched your own kids and project that onto you? Part of the Masonic ritual?" But it's some heavy, powerful witchcraft that my twin sister has people scared. Scared to defend me and take my side for once. I had a few people, but it was very little amount of people who would go to bat for it and defend me and tell my twin sister that it's a shame what she's doing. But most people would side with her and try to justify why I deserve to be abused, and then turn around and say that my twin sister has that right, and that what I'm going through is not abuse. But it's just so messed up, though. And I'm deeply hurt. And it's like, as I said, I thought my twin sister would know better than. I thought that she would know better than to believe something like that. But as I said, she would make up those lies and then go behind my back and mock and make fun. So when she lied on me and said that I tried to kill Raven fresh out the womb, and her and her husband Dwayne thought it was funny to try to set me up. I was going to college, trying to better my life. So if I would have had a motive to want to kill Raven, I should have never I would have or should have never even tried to go to college or try to go to school. So, and then my twin sister would, make it like as if she's making up these lies on me as revenge or payback from stuff we went through in foster care. And then she's the type of person who would try to seek never-ending revenge. Like, never-ending. Like, just keep on trying to seek revenge at every opportunity. And she wouldn't even let me sit down and tell her, sit down in 2017, she wouldn't let me sit down and tell her and show her evidence of the CPS and the foster care system, how they systematically brainwash us against each other. We're not supposed to be like this with each other. So what happened, the reason why, from last I knew, I was able to go to Tulane Hospital and be treated as a patient. But when I asked them, was I banned from there, they acted like they skirted around and couldn't give me a straight answer. But I had an abusive, traumatic experience when I had to go to Tulane Hospital. So now, with my twin sister, I don't even know. I think that she must have said that off camera in 2017. She told me in 2017, when after we were arguing and then things calmed down and she pretended to be fake nice, and then she tried to say that Tulane Hospital people called the police on her and Dwayne, and she said that she just had a cesarean section and Raven was a newborn baby, and she said that Tulane Hospital had arrested her. That they put her and Dwayne in handcuffs. But I'm like, if that shit was true, you would have told me. You had numerous opportunities to tell me that. So you wait till years later, like 13 years later, and start making up shit. Lying and saying that, that they were about to arrest you and Dwayne. And and she tried to say something about that the police rough hand. I don't remember exactly what she said, but she mentioned about being treated with police brutality or something. But them playing around like that, they should have fucking been arrested and gone to jail. But they didn't go to jail, but they said that they were handcuffed. So I've numerous times told the story, and my story has not changed. And y'all still don't believe me. But I have a right to use my voice on my own channel, and you don't have the authority or the right to force me to be silenced on my own channel just so you can defend and go to bat for and defend and agree with lies. Sick lies. Both her and Dwayne try to talk about feed Raven and trying to falsely frame me and trying to lie and say that I was trying to kill her and make her choke and stuff like that. And then she kept lying and manipulating and switching her story. So Dwayne, like when my twin sister, I think it was after Raven was born. My twin sister came to the hospital with an agenda. I wish that, I would have rather her have told me that, if she called herself being mad at me before she went into labor and gave birth, I would have rather her said that, Candy, I don't want you to come to the hospital. You're not welcome. You're not welcome. I don't want you to come and see me give birth to Raven. So, but any other set of twins, she hated me to the point where I was blocked and prevented, and she thought she had the authority to dictate that I should not be allowed to be there to eyewitness Raven being born. But other sets of twins, they could share that with each other. But my twin sister is letting the fake foster mom, Adrian Felder, brainwash her with talking about no matter how the husband treats you, that you're supposed to put the husband first before the rest of the family, all because of sexual reasons. Talking about, because in 2003, before Raven was born, I was wondering why my twin sister, why she treated Dwayne, her husband, better than me, or always took his side against mine. And then the foster mom, she should have like been out of our lives at 18 fucking 19 years old. But the foster mom tried to talk about, and then she made sure my twin sister heard it, try to say that you're supposed to because the foster mom's still part of that fake IDMR cult. Trying to talk about, the Bible says you're supposed to put your husband before the rest of your family, and he can do more for her than you can. But the foster mom, this is coming from a hypocritical fake bitch that had been married for 4 times, blood sacrificed her 3rd husband, nearly blood sacrificed her 4th husband numerous times. And then, she nearly blood sacrificed him multiple times. Like she was trying to, there was a point in time she was trying to have him sacrificed bad. Like as if he was going through something or having some accident almost every fucking, like she was like putting like some serious voodoo on him. If he ain't come have a fucking car accident one day and slip in the hallway the next day and fall down the stairs the next day and have to get staples in his knees and everything, like come on, don't you freaking, and you had your husband sleeping on the fucking downstairs sofa. So don't you come here and tell me no damn fucking thing about that you're supposed to put your husband before the rest of the family. But you hypocritically and narcissistically didn't even follow your own fake advice. You just wanted to keep me butting and meddling and keep me and my twin sister separated. And as I said, Dwayne is a straight up psychopath. Dwayne tried to stab me before, twice. And biological family members were going to, and my twin sister, they were going to sit, brothers and my twin sister, Sean, Wyatt, Derek, and Brandy, they were all going to sit there and they were going to let Dwayne stab me, and they didn't stop him. He stopped himself from, and he did this to me twice. And I think the first time he tried to stab me, it was over the summer before Raven was born. Like summer 2003 or something. That was before Raven was born. The first time he tried to stab me. And then Derek lied for him. Because Dwayne, me and him got into an argument about something I don't remember. In 2003. And then he pulled out a knife and then told Derek, this girl gonna make me hurt her. And then put the knife back in the drawer, in the kitchen drawer. And so then Derek eyewitnessed all that. But he was leeching and freeloading, living with my twin sister for a while, and they got into an argument. So Derek wasn't gonna go to bat for and defend me. This shit was before Hurricane Katrina. But then the family tried to talk about that they made up lies, false rumors, and smear campaigns, lying and saying that I left them for dead during Hurricane Katrina, which wasn't true. When they didn't want to come with me, well, I wasn't going to take Derek with me because Derek was bullying, harassing, and threatening me. Made me feel unsafe. So, and then Wyatt was sitting there letting Derek threaten and harass me and bully me. But see, that Wyatt, it's like he'll sit there and defend everybody else, but if I strike back or try to stand up for myself, he'll try to stop me. So yeah, Brandy, Wyatt, Sean, and Derek all, they were going to sit there and let Dwayne stab me. And Dwayne is a fucking perp. My twin sister was telling everybody that her own husband, Dwayne, was a pedophile touching kids. Or that he tried to kill Raven. And it's like, I don't know what make her think that everybody is on a conspiracy to do something to Raven. Motherfucker, you doing shit to your daughter. So, the reason why I got kicked out of Tulane that time, because my twin sister and her husband lied on me and tried to set me up. Because they felt envious about me going to college and going to school and trying to better myself. My grades were great. And after she did that in 2004, my grades fell so bad that I had to drop I was taking 18 hours of classes. I had to drop 2 classes that semester. And then did not do well. Ended up, the rest of my college career didn't do that well. But I had a great start. Even when I went to UNO, University of New Orleans, I had a great start with starting off the Spanish classes with straight A's and everything. I was doing kind of good in history. But then I fell behind because of all that. I mean, my family, they are some dangerous people that they sit there and play with people's lives. They sit there and play with people's lives. You don't sit there and try to lie on somebody about something life-threatening and serious and then go behind their back and brag and boast and laugh about it and think the shit is funny. You lie on me and said I tried to kill Raven and I molested Raven, that I was humping Raven, I do this, I do that. Or that I threw Raven against the wall, or I threw her under the couch. And yeah, at first, I mean, and it's like every time we get into an argument, she creates a new lie. And then, you know, I didn't watch the whole thing, but I saw her, you know, mocking and laughing at me and falsely accusing me of being in the closet with the foster boy Cody, and then making donkey noises. And then she lied on me and said that and then she started mocking and laughing at me and calling me R. Shelley, because she tried to say that the foster sister Shelley, why she waited years later to tell me that the foster sister Shelley was the one who initially lied on me and said that I was in the closet with the foster boy Cody making donkey noises. And even the foster sister Shelley, you know, ignorantly laugh and think that shit is funny. I never even really got close with the foster boy Cody like that. And if that was true, the foster mom, I would have heard it from the foster mom. The foster mom would have confronted me. So I had just turned 18. And it was around the time when we first reunited with the biological family, and my twin sister turned everything on me and lied on me. And the foster mom and the social worker and them got mad at me and said we were 18 years old, and we went to try to see my twin sister had me scared, you know, and tricked and manipulated me to go see the biological family. And then after we turned 18, that was when all this shit got even worse. And the foster mom was infuriated, and my twin sister turned everything and blamed everything on me. The foster mom believed her lies and started attacking and going off on me, and falsely was calling me deceitful and a liar and all that. When my twin sister and Ramona, they both, you know, bully, harass, and threaten me and try to make me feel afraid and force me and threaten me to lie to the foster mom about our whereabouts. And we were 18 years old. But I didn't realize that we're 18, we're adults. We can do what the fuck we want. Fuck the fake ass foster mom. And we getting the hell on out of here. But the foster mom was counting on us to be fearful of her. She thought that we were still going to be her possession. But after, like, a few months after we turned 18, and my first college semester at Nicholls State University had ended, that's when, you know, that situation happened excuse me. And then that's when the foster mom started using the foster boys and my twin sister she already been having my twin sister perping the fuck out of me really bad. Even in our sophomore year in high school, 15 years old, my twin sister, the foster mom, like my twin sister was perping the shit out of me. So, but then at the same time, we were in high school, so she was still getting some persecution still anyway. So then, so as I said, my twin sister seemed like she had some targeting as well, but being perped and then perping me as well. You know, as I said, she get more privileges than I do. She can have a place to live, have relationships, drive a car, everything. That's how I know she's a damn perp. But somebody on a few websites have said that that my twin sister basically can't be a handler because they said that somebody that's a handler is somebody who has never ever been a TI. But I'm convinced to believe that back when we were kids in foster care, both me and my twin sister were targeted really bad. But then, you know, they have people who have told me that my twin sister caved into the program to lessen the abuse, just like other targets. So the fact that my twin sister sold her soul, I never had her in the first place as a close relationship or anything like that. You know, I never had a close, I heard they say that we were fighting inside the womb and that from early childhood, the best times we got along was when we were toddlers. But then, you know, we got a certain age and the foster mom separated us. Like, first she put us in different beds in the same room, and then she put us in totally different rooms. And then, but, you know, ever since kindergarten, we've been in like different classes. So they kept us in the same household, but always kept us separated. They just looked for some excuse for us to not go to school together. At McDonough 26, she only went to that school the first day of school, and then midday they took her out and put her in another school, talking about they couldn't find an appropriate class for her. And so then she was bouncing around from school to school in elementary school, and then the only class we would have like in junior high is homeroom, and high school as well. And but as I said, I did not realize that we were considered MK Ultra and programmed and going through satanic ritual abuse. But ours doesn't seem as severe as some other people that I've heard, with the total MK Ultra and human trafficking and everything like that. But they trying to get me to sell out and make me a sex slave. That I don't want to do that. I don't want to be forced to have sex with people I don't like or who I'm not attracted to. Nope, I don't want to sleep with somebody who's not my type. And you know what? I'm to a point where nobody's my type. I don't like people. I don't like nobody no more. I'm just happy by myself now. I used to feel like I wish I had a boyfriend. I wish I could get married. But I still feel like I wish I can get married and have kids. But if I'm supposed to be made like as if the man that I'm with is glorified as more mature than me or having more common sense, yeah, because if he's a narcissistic fake sellout and then you glorify him as being more mature, and nah. But I'm about to be 40 years old, and oh man, it would be so awkward for me to finally have a man, and then he got 45 years old with gray hair and all that, or starting to get wrinkles, But I don't know, but so yeah. So the night, the night of the day that, I don't even remember, I think Raven was born in the afternoon. And then I finally saw Raven later that night. Raven was born with blonde hair, blonde, straight, thin hair. And, she had blue lips when she was first born. But you can't take that connection away, though. When Raven was first born, January 27, 2004, she held my hand. And I'm fresh out the womb, newborn. I mean, she grasped and held my hand. I mean, she held my finger so tight. She grasped and held my finger so tight. Like, fresh out the womb, she had so much physical strength to be a straight up newborn baby. And my twin sister had like an immature agenda, being mad at me over false accusation over a freaking box of cereal that I told y'all she lied on me about that. And then she lied on me, and like right before Raven was born, she blamed it on Sean. And so when I try to confront other family members, try to talk to Sean didn't want to talk. And I try to tell like the biological dad, Arthur, and I try to tell Mark about it. And they bully, harass, and threaten me, and they didn't want to hear what I had to say. And so I don't know. I mean, my twin sister, she would try to tell me that Sean and the biological mom, Frances, that they were the ones who spread rumors, lying and saying that I said that I was going around telling everybody that the baby wasn't for Dwayne. I was so busy with school, I didn't even have the opportunity. I didn't even know. I mean, I just don't understand all these attacks and lies against me. So if my twin sister would have said that I did something such and such wrong, I mean, if it was true, I would admit, yes, I did do such and such thing. But she hasn't said anything true about me. And so, I thought that, and I even sent her, with the little bit of money I had, I gathered stuff together. I don't remember what gifts or presents I gave, but she got mad and treated me mean and rejected me. And when I tried to give the gifts, like my twin sister made sure to idolize and worship and include the fake foster mom to come there, and made it like as if she had more rights than any of us in the biological family. And then it was awkward because the foster mom, Adrian Felder, and the biological sister, Ramona, pretended to like fake, like as if they're getting along just for the sake of this moment. So, the foster mom tried to pretend to be fake, pleasant and everything. I'm surprised that Ramona didn't go off and act a fool. But then my twin sister thought it was funny to make sure that the foster mom and the biological mom didn't meet face, because they would have had it out. I don't think they would have used hands, but at least verbally, the biological mom, Frances, she would have had and rightfully so, had a big damn showdown. A big damn showdown. But I was still brainwashed with the foster mom worship at Stockholm Syndrome at that time too, to be honest. So my twin sister thought it was funny to make sure that the foster mom and biological mom didn't meet up at the same time. Because something definitely would have gone down. I mean, the biological mom, Frances, when we were in foster care, she wrote a couple of letters of course you're going to write nasty letters to the foster mom, cussing her out and everything, you know. And it's just a big nasty mess. And so I think it was after I saw Raven be born. After she was born, I didn't eyewitness her coming out of my twin sister's stomach, because she didn't come out vaginally. My twin sister had a C-section. So my twin sister let only Dwayne and nobody else go in there and watch Raven be born. And Dwayne did not, neither my twin sister and Dwayne, they did not value their own children. But they had all these kids just for show. She went and got married to a man who she perceived to be light-skinned, who had green eyes. And, you know, he was somebody that's weak and effeminate and retarded. He wasn't even masculine or strong or mature or none of that. But Dwayne is a fucking dangerous person. But my twin sister in 2010, she manipulated me to go by her when I had student loan money. And she tried to say, well, Dwayne made me do this, or Dwayne pushed me up to do that. And so she even when without Dwayne's presence or without anybody else, it would be just me, her, and the kids. And when they were little, and she would still try to blackmail and manipulate and play psychological games. And that. You can't tell me my twin sister ain't a damn perp. I know what I went through with her throughout the years, throughout my life. But y'all think y'all know better. So if that perp would not have said what she said, this wouldn't be a topic of discussion for tonight. So yeah, I did not get to eyewitness Raven being cut out of my twin sister. But afterwards, after she was born and cleaned up and everything, at Tulane Hospital, and when Raven held my hand and everything, and then I left and went back home. So then Dwayne thought it was funny. Because my twin sister, they put an epidural and had her on anesthesia, had her sleeping and stuff. And so it was sometime late in the middle of the night or something. Dwayne rushed me over. And this is the kind of games that they play. He rushed me over and lied and said that my twin, you don't play like that. Lied and said that my twin sister was dying and that I need to hurry up and get over there now. And then Dwayne thought it was funny. Excuse me. He thought it was funny that after he called and sent for me to come over and make it like it was such an emergency, then he hurried up and deleted the number and deleted the evidence that he called and sent for me to come over there. But God, even though I was an unbeliever at the time, still brainwashed by the fake IDMR call, I think during that time, I felt like I was atheist at that time. I don't even think I was believing in the IDMR at that time. So then, she tried to say that, she tried to make it like as if I just showed up uninvited, and that, she tried to make it like I showed up that night uninvited, and that Dwayne never called me. But Dwayne did call me and lied and said that she was dying or something like that. And so then she was knocked out when I came up in there, and I don't remember. Oh yeah. So both of them were trying to tell me to feed Raven, and then said, well, we don't trust you to pick her up and hold her because you're going to get nervous and drop her. And so then they say, feed the baby. And I'm like, well, isn't she going to choke? And they try to be intimidating with their voices, trying to frighten and scare me, and trying to say, feed the baby. The baby is not going to treat her now. She's not going to choke. And so then my twin sister tried to lie and say that she never said any of that. Or tried to make it like she was going in and out and didn't know what the hell she was saying. So, and Delane was like, girl, that baby is not going to choke. And then she would be saying like, that baby is not going to choke. Feed Raven now. And I'm like, well, but isn't she going to choke? And so then, they made me nervous and scared. And she was fresh out the womb, newborn. And I'm like, well, isn't she going to choke? And they try to talk about, oh, she's not going to choke. And so I just barely put the bottle in her mouth, like being nervous and scared. But of course, y'all sit there and make me nervous and scared. And then she started to cough. But I quickly jerked the bottle away. But she ended up all right, though. So then, my twin sister didn't even kick me out right away or make me leave right away. Or it wasn't until I don't remember if I went to school the next day and later on that day and then came back. And then she had the made up lies behind my back and had the whole family mad at me. But it's like she woke up and got mad and went off on me when Raven started coughing. But you sit there and told me to do this. And I'm like, what are y'all trying to get me to do? And I didn't even know that they were intentionally trying to set me up. And I think that they were trying to use me as the fall person for, the fall girl. I don't want to say fall guy because I'm a female. But, because I think that they were trying to use me as a pawn without my knowledge or realization of what was going on. Because they figured, oh, let's get Candy to because she retarded and slow. So they were trying to that was a setup. And then later on, I think it was Christmas. Yeah, Christmas satanic ritual time. Raven was almost a year old. She was 11 months old. And they sent for me to come over by them for Christmas. Sean had an altercation with the biological mom, Frances, and didn't want to live with her no more. And then, so Sean, it was a battle between who was going to take Sean between me and my twin sister. And she wanted control over him. And Sean was even saying that my twin sister was taking all his money. And so, Sean would say that Brandy and Dwayne wouldn't let him eat with his own money, his own SSI and Social. Well, he didn't get Social Security, but his own SSI money. That they wouldn't let him eat. And then they would call him greedy and say that he eat up. And the biological sister Ramona did the same thing, took all his money. And then Sean said that Ramona would yell at him and say, one bread, Sean, one fucking bread, meaning one slice of bread, with his own money. And she was taking it all and go gambling it up and yet calling him greedy. Mark would even try to call Sean greedy. They would call me and Sean fat and greedy. But they fat. Well, Mark ain't fat, but Ramona and my twin sisters, they've been fat. You see, they've been fat. But they wouldn't fix them when Blake been overweight when he was alive. And who was going to restrict Blake from eating? Because Blake was seen by society as mentally normal. And because he's light-skinned. So he didn't get the abuse and the treatment and control like we got. They weren't going to sit there and call Blake retarded. They weren't going to try to control what Blake eats. But when Blake died, when he was murdered, he got shot and killed. One of the first things that I thought that Blake might have died of a medical or health issue. But nah, what the fuck? That was random out of nowhere. What? He got shot and killed? No more Blake. And now, I think it was after, was it before? I think it was after Blake died. Then my cousin Daryl Jr., who they called Dew started to gain weight. Dude he used to be skinny, but dude started to gain weight and get bigger. Maybe he might have been depressed over loss of his brother, my cousins. But Rebecca, she would look as anorexic as can be. And I'm like, well, what's your secret of how you can stay so thin? Because Rebecca damn sure wouldn't even eat healthy. But I heard that she would always been a light eater or didn't really eat that much. But my niece Monica, she'll eat McDonald's just like anybody else, but always been thin and skinny, ain't never really been fat. My nephew Raymond ain't never been fat. But psychiatric experimentation, the reason why we've been fat, and Wyatt ain't never been fat, but Wyatt been a victim of the psych system too. Wyatt was forced to see a psychiatrist and take medicine too. But I think eventually he even said that he quit taking that shit. Derek supposedly was taking medication, but never in a foster care. But Derek ain't never been fat. But me, my twin sister, and Sean, Ramona, and Belinda had our taste in being overweight and obese. Sean is the only one out of the 5 brothers that had ever been overweight and obese. Due to the freaking psych medication. Psychiatric experimentation. Excuse me. So, Belinda was overweight. The biological mom, Frances, was overweight. The biological dad, Arthur, I guess he was old, but he was kind of just a little slightly overweight. But, But the biological grandma, Ruby, she might have been just a little bit. I only saw a couple of pictures of her, but I don't remember. I was too young to remember her, if she took care of us or took us. But, they used to sit there and take kids and put them in foster care. Like, why? How come, if Belinda and Ramona were old enough that they were adults, they could have taken care of us. Or, or the biological grandma Ruby could have taken care of us. Anybody from Arthur's side of the family could have taken care of us. But Arthur did not step in and fight for his own kids. With the sounds of it, it didn't seem like I never heard any stories about Arthur fighting. But maybe he didn't fight because of the biological mom lying to him and saying that we didn't belong to him. But the family been dysfunctional since before we were born. Sounds like it. So yeah, my twin sister said with the Tulane thing, excuse me, well, I had never, I mean, the nurses and stuff, they just kicked me out the hospital without explanation and told me I was banned or whatever. But no police confronted me. Nope, I didn't have a warrant out for my arrest. And, and the foster mom got mad and yelled at me and said, how would you like if Brandy and Dwayne would have went to jail? Not prison, but she said, how would you like if Brandy and Dwayne went to jail behind your bullshit? And I was trying to let her know that they were lying on me. So, and then the biological niece, Monica, Ramona's daughter, she was like, talk to the hand. And she was only 17, and were we 19 going on 20? Oh, I think we were already 20 years old. But yeah, she's younger than us and she was still a child, still a minor, and we were adults. But Monica and Raymond were like 12, 13, 14, 15 years old. Ramona could not control her kids. My twin sister could not control her kids. And Monica and Raymond, they used to run clean over Ramona, and they were underage minors, and they would do whatever the fuck they wanted. And all Ramona would do is yell at them. But they ran clean over her, fucked over her really bad. They had an event. She couldn't discipline her, but you want to sit there and try to control your sister. And my twin sister would have meltdowns. Brandy would have meltdowns. She would have meltdowns because Raven, Ivan, and Makithan were little kids. They were very little, and she couldn't control them. So, as I said, I mean, I can't even be around my own twin sister. Can't even connect with her because the cult or whatever got her poisoned. And y'all sitting here defending and agreeing with the wrong person. But as I said, this is what they do to targeted individuals. They make the gang stalking cult network make up bogus lies, and the target has nobody to go to bat for, not even other TIs. Not gonna go. Even the other professed targets, they would rather act narcissistic and defend and agree with the perps rather than a fellow TI. You're not gonna sit there and think that a fellow TI is telling it. You're not gonna think that a fellow TI is telling the truth, but you say you're going through the same thing. Even other female TIs, whether real TIs and fake TI perps, have told me that they have been falsely accused of being a pedophile too, or touching kids. But the same people family members who falsely accuse you of touching their kids, they be the main ones who be like, they want you to change the baby's diaper, give the baby a bath, or have the baby have the baby sleep in the same bed with you or whatever. And if you say no, then you get told that you're evil and hateful and don't give a damn about your family or whatever, or that you're jealous. So in 2010, my twin sister, got her feelings hurt. I mean, I didn't want, she would keep her kids, it wasn't the kids' fault, but she would leave her kids to be very dirty. She didn't let her kids run wild. She didn't feed them properly. She was ignoring, neglecting, and starving her kids, leaving them to eat their own feces and everything. So I had my smack brand new laptop. And I needed it for school. The kids were hyperactive because of the food she was feeding them. They were acting hyperactive and jumping all over the place. So when I try to tell them, calm down, or I try to stop them from trying to jump on my computer and stuff, my laptop. And that was an expensive laptop. I think it was over $1,500. I don't remember how much. It was an expensive laptop. And I think that was the most expensive laptop that I ever had. Excuse me. So when I try to prevent them from jumping on my computer, she lied on me and said that I treated them like they had a disease and said, "Ew, get away from me," when I didn't even say that. She also, when Raven was born, Brandy, she lied on me and said that she lied on me and said that when I assisted her to go to the bathroom after she was stitched up and everything, she lied on me and said that I rough-handed, jerked her around, and treated her mean. That's something she would do to me. I'm not the type of person to do that. I'm not a narcissistic abuser, and I'm not the type of person who would do that to somebody. But I was soft, nice, and as gentle and delicate as possible. And she still lied on me. It's like she had a premeditated agenda against me. But the online perps coming, not only David Jane, the fake Darnell Williams perp, and some other random perps coming at me. As I said, I'm getting harassed about my twin sister's lies almost every day. People in person haven't come up to me. It's only this fake ass online shit. In Pensacola, in Cincinnati, here in Bloomington, my hometown, New Orleans, strangers did not walk up to me face to face and be like, "Yeah, what you did to Raven, what you did to your niece, what you did to..." So then my twin sister tried to play a game where I didn't even get to see a picture of what McKeithen looked like. Wow, it's like, it wasn't until after he was a whole year old. But right before McKeithen was born, she waited until I was in a weak state of mind to prey on me. After I just freshly got out of the mental hospital in New York, she pretended to be fake friendly on the phone with me. She manipulated me to thinking that, that she was gonna die having a third C-section, and had me all emotionally worked up and everything. And she begged me to stay on the phone with her for hours, and then sent for me to come down there, and manipulated me to waste money. And then, that's what she would do. She would sit there and try to rub her husband or rub her kids in my face. And then, like, she lied on me and said I sexually wanted her husband. First, she said that. Then she lied and said I had sex with her husband. And she would make these rumors behind my back a lot of the time. And so then, she did this. She, when she sent for me to come, when she was living in Richmond, Virginia, she sent for me to come by her fresh out of the mental hospital from New York right before I moved to Denton. She acted like as if she was trying to get me to move to Richmond, Virginia by her. And so then, she was out there about to snap, crackle, pop, 9 months pregnant with McKeithen. And she tried to hide Raven from me. But she tried to hide Raven from me, and Raven was asleep. And so so it's like she had, like as if she wanted to flaunt Ivan off in my face. And act like, oh, look at Ivan's hair. Look at his face. Don't you think he's cute? Oh, look at this, look at that. And then, before I know it, Wyatt came and told me that she lied on me and said that I looked at Ivan like I wanted to do oral on him. And Ivan was a year old, or he had just turned a year old. And so then my twin sister tried to hide and would not let me know what hospital she was in when she went to give birth to McKeithen, and tried to keep that secret from me. Now, March 22nd is the day of the Illuminati Skull and Bones. And then April 22nd is Earth Day. And she bragged about those kids being Irish twins. You can't tell me my twin sister ain't connected to the occult or dark forces. She seems like she's deep into it. Very Masonic. And it's like y'all all, even so-called TIs, y'all blind. But as I said, it's like she must have some powerful witchcraft or voodoo to, that people are scared. People are scared to defend me. Or they would rather just side with her. Even people who say that they're targeted, they discreetly ghost me or avoid me, and then they feel like I'm the one bringing drama, but then they run to my twin sister when they get mad at me. And I'm like, well, motherfucker, you were fake and a perp from the beginning. So God sees everything. God knows everything. He knows more than we do. The sneaky shit that they conspired to do behind my back, God knows it too, and they know it. So there was a point in time when, my twin sister waited years later to lie on me and say that I'm the one who kicked my twin sister. Brandy, she lied on me and said that I'm the one who kicked her in the stomach when she was pregnant with Raven, when it was her husband Dwayne's niece Jessica. Because Dwayne's brother Joseph Starks, I think, was he Joseph Starks Jr. or, yeah, whatever his name was, Joseph Starks. Joseph Starks, because Dwayne's name is Ashley Dwayne Starks. Dwayne Starks. Starks. So, it seemed like as if Dwayne's family members hated my twin sister and they were perping the fuck out of her really bad. Especially Dwayne's mom, Miss Mildred. So, and then the foster mom didn't get along with Miss Mildred either. And they both acted like as if, Miss Mildred was an old folks kind of ghetto narcissistic abuser. She hated me and my twin sister. So she hated us for dealing with the IDMR cult. And she would tell Dwayne about going to church. And that was a mean ass old lady. And so so that lady, her and the foster mom, they both had an argument saying that that Brandy and Dwayne's marriage wasn't valid because the foster mom put that in my twin sister's head to get married in court, not in the church. And Miss Mildred had a big problem with them not being married in church. But I'm pretty sure that Dwayne and his mom's, their church was Masonic too. I promise you. The Masonic, ghetto, popular, fake, famous mega churches and shit like that. So, but my twin sister claimed she hated Miss Mildred so much. But at the same time, she was oppressive and perping and hating me and defended and agreed with Miss Mildred against me. So, but as I said, you don't lie about somebody trying to kill or molest your kids and then laugh and think the shit is funny. So my twin sister, and I couldn't see Wyatt doing something like that, but I know what Wyatt and Toya did to me. So, Brandy, she tried to, I don't know if she was telling the truth or lying, saying that Toya and Wyatt used to, overdose all three of the kids with Benadryl or something like that, and make them sleep so that they wouldn't be bothered with them. But that sounded like something that my twin sister herself would do, because my twin sister acted like as if she didn't have patience or didn't have time for the kids, and would always yell at them. I mean, the kids freaking acting out the way they do because they're freaking hungry and starving, and you sitting here chasing after women you sexually like. You married to Dwayne, and you sitting there chasing after Rayenda and Toya and Kim and all them, rather than tending to your fucking baby. I mean, and the CPS system is fucking evil. So who was I supposed to turn to? I even heard horror stories and bad stories about CPS before finding out about the Illuminati and the New World Order and all that. So who was I supposed to report it to? Ramona and Wyatt, and probably Mark too, have seen Raven being like about a year old with shit, doo-doo from head to toe. And I wish I would have had phone evidence or phones like we got nowadays, phones like this, to film and record that shit. And that would have put all this shit to rest. And then my twin sister would have been looking bad. And when she was living in Stone Mountain, Georgia, her neighbors right across from her, she tried to make like as if they were oppressing her and out to get her. Well, I guess if they were perping the shit out of her. you know. And so the neighbor, Miss Lynn, would tell her, you don't care about them kids. You don't care about them kids. So, and then my twin sister would call me up crying, talking about how